ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਸ ਖਾਸ ਪੇਸ਼ਕਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਕੇਸ ਨੂੰ ਆਏ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਹੈ। ਗੱਲ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੀ ਕਰੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੀ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਵੇਵ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਵੇਰੀਐਂਟ, ਜਿਸ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਚਿੰਤਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਪੈਂਡੈਮਿਕ ਨਾਲ ਨਜਿੱਠਣ ਲਈ, ਪਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲਏ ਗਏ ਮੈਜਰਸ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਆਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਪਾਰਟੀਜ਼ ਦਾ, ਐਸੇ ਤੇ ਰਹੇਗੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਖਾਸ ਪੇਸ਼ਕਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਨੂੰ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਹੈ। ਕਈ ਸੂਬਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੀ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਵੇਵ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਗੱਲ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੀ ਕਰੀਏ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਦੀ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਵੇਵ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਵੇਰੀਐਂਟ ਦੇ ਕੇਸਿਸ ਵੀ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ। ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਸ ਨਾਲ ਨਜਿੱਠਣ ਦੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲਏ ਗਏ ਮੈਜਰਸ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦਾ, ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਲੀਡਰ ਐਂਡਰੀਆ ਹਾਰਵਰਥ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਹੈਲੋ ਮਿਸ ਹਾਰਵਰਥ, ਐਂਡ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ ਫॉर ਟੇਕਿੰਗ ਆਊਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਫॉर ਅਸ।
It's always my pleasure, Rupinder. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I would like to know, what is your first reaction to the latest modelling data that shows that COVID-19 spreading in Ontario is a significant threat, and also to the report that shows that Ontario has vaccinated half of what is reported?
Well, there's a couple of big ones you've got there. I mean, first of all, with the modeling, I think what really we have to be very concerned about is making sure that we stop the spread. And with the new variant, the UK variant here in Ontario, there's no doubt people have been doing their best and working hard at following the protocols, but we still have real concerns around the spread of the virus. And this new variant apparently spreads quite a bit more quickly. It's a lot more aggressive in terms of spread. And so when we still have people not supported for taking time off work, for example. So we have no paid sick days. We have no, mass testing, for example, in workplaces. These kinds of things are going to make a difference. And we still have, I think, people, are basically being told whatever you think is essential is essential. And so folks are pretty much going about their business in many instances, I think, unnecessarily.
As you mentioned about the paid sick day leaves, during the pandemic, if someone falls sick, they should stay home, but they can't because they have to choose between their health and their income. You have been calling for this paid sick day leaves for so long. Other parties are calling too, and community leaders, they have been talking about this. Why do you think government is not considering this?
Well, that's a good question, and folks might know that when the Ford government came to office, we had 2 measly paid sick days in Ontario, and the Ford government got rid of them right away. And right now we have a private member's bill in the legislature that asks for or that would put into place, if we could get it passed by the government, not only 7 paid sick days for people, but also 14 days of sick pay that could be paid by the government if you have to isolate or otherwise be kind of on your own or not going to work because of COVID-19 symptoms or the disease itself. And so we really do need to recognize that people should not have to make a choice between paying their bills or infecting other people. That should never be a choice that people are stuck making. But unfortunately, that's exactly what Doug Ford is allowing, because everybody realizes the federal benefits program doesn't work. It doesn't come quickly enough, so you'll already lose your ability to pay your rent at the end of the month or pay your bills. But it's also not very much money. It's not necessarily at all equivalent to what people might be earning. And you have to jump through hoops to be able to get it. Paid sick days, full paid sick days would be, is the best way to go. Absolutely in the context of the pandemic, but otherwise as well. I mean, this is how the flu travels around our communities, not just at work, but other places as well. And when you think about the well-being of your coworkers and your customers and clients, people should be able to stay home when they're sick and not spread disease.
Definitely. And if we look at the schools, there is announcement that 4 public health unit schools are opening the coming week, and the rest of the schools in the province of Ontario will be open soon. But after this announcement, your party critics said that this opening of schools announcement will be a recipe to illness. Why do you think so? Because Ford government always says they always consider the expert advice and then they are planning these schools opening.
Well, in fact, we found out about a week ago that they're not following the expert advice when it comes to school openings. There was some documentation that showed that experts were suggesting the very things that we've been telling the government to do. Reduce the class sizes to 15. Make sure that the buses are at 50% capacity. Make sure that there's proper ventilation in every classroom, proper airflow. Make sure that that there's widespread testing, asymptomatic testing happening, asymptomatic testing happening in all the schools. But the Ford government, Mr. Ford, doesn't want to spend the money. He's sitting on $6.4 billion of COVID relief money. He doesn't want to spend it on the safe opening of schools. He doesn't want to invest it in helping people to stay home from work when they're sick. He's making the wrong decisions here, and that's what's going to help to spread the virus. He's been very slow off the marker in terms of trying to address COVID-19 from day one. He's never had the urgency that he needs to have shown, and his policies are confusing and sloppy. I mean, the vaccine rollout's an example of how sloppy this government has been in the response to COVID-19. That's one of the things you asked me at the beginning, right, about the vaccines.
Yeah, and it's been 1 year of the pandemic, and still we are seeing that doctors have been calling for help to ease out the crisis which is going on there in long-term care homes. They have signed a letter calling Premier Ford to look into long-term care homes. But Minister Christine Elliott, she said that they have the system in place and hospitals have association with long-term care homes to deal with the crisis. Do you think they have a system in place and hospital have the resources to deal with this?
Well, I mean, I think the evidence speaks for itself, Rupinder. The people are still dying in long-term care. Families are still terrified that their loved one in long-term care is going to catch COVID-19 because there's an outbreak in the home and there's not enough being done to protect people. So, I think it's unforgivable the way the Ford government has handled long-term care. They promised an iron ring around long-term care 10 months ago. It never arrived. People have literally lost their lives. 3,500 people now. 3,500 seniors have lost their lives in COVID-19 because Doug Ford didn't put the iron ring around long-term care. He didn't spend the summer, hiring PSWs and making those jobs better jobs and making sure people had access to PPE. And that's still a problem today. So if I was Premier, I would have done all of those things. And I would have done them a lot sooner. To be frank, I've been fighting for changes in long-term care for a very long time now. And the previous Liberal government wouldn't make those changes. And now the Ford government's refusing to make those changes at a time when people are literally losing their lives. And to hear the horror stories, it's absolutely shameful. So it is unforgivable what the government has done here. And people need to hold them to account. We're certainly doing that. And I know Ontarians they're just horrified by what's been happening. It didn't have to be this way, Rupinder. It absolutely did not.
Well, thank you so much for taking out your time and talking to us, and stay safe.
Thank you so much. You stay safe, Rupinder. Keep up the good work.
ਤੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਲਗਾਤਾਰ ਪੇਡ ਸਿਕ ਡੇਜ਼ ਲਈ ਮੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦਾ, ਐਸੇ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਲਿਬਰਲ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਲੀਡਰ ਸਟੀਵਨ ਡੈਲ ਡਿਊਕਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। Hello, Mr. Duca, and thank you so much for taking out time for PTC.
It's my pleasure to be back on the show.
Mr. Duca, how would you react to the latest modelling data, as new modelling data shows that COVID-19 variant spreading in Ontario is a significant threat to controlling the pandemic, and Ontario has vaccinated half of what is reported? How would you react to that?
For sure. So, first of all, the new modeling obviously is much better than the modeling that we saw a few weeks ago, but we are not through this yet. There is still so much that we need to do. We know that our hospitals remain under pressure. We know that people are still getting sick and people are dying very tragically. And so what the people of Ontario need to do right now is to stick with the plan, listen to the advice of public health leaders. I am confident that we will get through this. We can't stop now. We can't give up because we don't want the situation to get worse again. And in terms of the vaccination rollout, look, the story that came out this week that showed that the Doug Ford government had badly miscalculated how many vaccinations had been delivered so far is deeply disturbing because, look, at the end of the day, we're not going to get through the COVID-19 pandemic until the vaccinations are properly rolled out. And we have seen repeatedly that Doug Ford is getting it wrong. First of all, they took the Christmas holidays off. They stopped vaccinating people over the holidays. Now we learn that they have double counted how many vaccinations have actually been delivered. There are still hundreds and hundreds of people living in nursing homes across Ontario who've not received the vaccination just yet. So I have very grave concerns about Doug Ford's competence when it comes to getting the vaccinations done.
But Mr. Duca, during the time of pandemic, if somebody feels sick, they should stay home. But in Ontario, they can't because they don't have paid sick days. So do you support that?
Yeah, no, for months now, literally since last spring, I have been calling on Doug Ford to reintroduce paid sick leave in Ontario, and he's stubbornly refused to do so. The legislature will be coming back in just a couple of weeks. One of my MPPs, Liberal Michael Coteau, will be introducing a private member's bill, and in that bill, he'll be calling on the government to introduce a provincial government-funded 10-day paid sick leave program for the pandemic that helps workers, especially those working in essential industries in places like Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto, York Region, and elsewhere. I want to make sure that if a worker's not feeling well, if they're showing symptoms of COVID-19, that they can make the choice to stay home and get better rather than showing up to work making others sick, because right now they feel they have to show up to work in order to pay the bills and support their families. That's not good enough in a province as wealthy as ours. We can do better. We just need Doug Ford to step up and make it happen.
If you look at the situation in long-term care homes, the government is saying they have the system in place, and now they have the association between the hospitals and long-term care homes. But last week, more than 200 doctors, they have signed a letter calling for government to step up to end the crisis in long-term care homes. Do you think our hospital have resources to deal with this?
So it's not about the hospitals. Doug Ford for months has been telling us he has the situation in long-term care under control. And he's been lying every step of the way. He doesn't have it under control. He's not listening to the right voices. He's not making the investment necessary to protect the residents, their families, and the frontline staff working in those homes. He needs to stop lying and stop betraying the people of Ontario in this regard. He needs to recognize that the model is broken and that we can do better. But in the meantime, the vaccinations should be in those homes. Every single resident and frontline worker in a nursing home in Ontario should be prioritized. He needs to make the investment to increase the wages of those who work as personal support workers, raise the standards of care, and actually take responsibility for getting it done.
But Mr. Duca, how would you have handled things differently if been in power?
On the long-term care issue specifically?
On all the issues, on all the measures government have taken, if you have been in power, how would you have handled the whole pandemic situation?
Yeah, for sure. Look, we've seen at least 2 reports by independent organizations that tell us that Doug Ford has not yet spent billions of dollars in pandemic relief money that he has at his disposal. He's got the money right now, billions, and he's not spending it. And I don't know why he's hanging on to it, but it's not appropriate. So 10 days of paid sick leave for workers in the province of Ontario who don't have paid sick leave through their workplaces, supports in long-term care, like I talked about, the vaccination rollout, making sure that the personal support workers are earning more money, raising those standards of care, making sure our class sizes were capped at 15, bringing in the military, for example, to help with nursing homes, providing direct, tangible relief for small business owners, and giving them a chance to actually keep their businesses afloat while we're dealing with the pandemic, stopping the sale of non-essential items in big box stores. These are just some of the things that I would be doing if I was Premier of Ontario today, and Doug Ford is not doing them.
Well, Mr. Duca, thank you so much for taking out your time and talking to us. Stay safe.
Thank you very much. Please stay safe and healthy.
ਤੇ ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਇੱਕ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਦਾ। ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਹ ਖਾਸ ਪੇਸ਼ਕਸ਼ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜਾਰੀ ਰਹੇਗੀ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਣੇ ਰਹੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ। ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿਰੋਧੀ ਪਾਰਟੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਲੀਡਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਜਾਣਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਦੇ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਗਏ ਕਦਮਾਂ ਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਗ੍ਰੀਨ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਲੀਡਰ ਮਾਈਕ ਸ਼ਰਾਈਨਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ।
Thank you so much, Mr. Schreiner, for taking out time for PTC.
Oh, my pleasure. Always happy to chat with PTC.
It's a pleasure. I would like to know what is your first reaction to the latest modeling data which says COVID-19 variant spreading in Ontario is a significant threat, and also the report error in the vaccine data.
Yeah, so I'm deeply concerned that we're seeing the UK variant with community spread, and it really highlights just how important it is for the province to make sure we have the proper public health restrictions in place, and that we especially act in our long-term care homes. We already have 236 homes in outbreak right now. We saw how fast the UK variant went through the long-term care home in Barrie, and it really highlights why I think the Premier needs to call in the military and the Red Cross to support our long-term care homes. I mean, our elders deserve the support and care they need, and they need the Premier to do everything possible to support their care and to support the workers that work in those homes who have been overworked and underpaid for so long. I'm deeply concerned about the vaccine rollout. The fact that there was a mistake announced earlier today in terms of the vaccination numbers. Those kinds of mistakes undermine public trust in the government's vaccine rollout plan and in the pandemic response in general. And so I think one of the things the Premier needs to commit to is that he's going to stop attacking public health officials who have offered criticism and actually put scientists and public health officials at the microphone to be very transparent with the people of Ontario where we are in terms of addressing the pandemic and where we are in terms of the vaccine rollout, because we need public trust right now.
We are in pandemic since last 1 year, and during the public health crisis, when someone feels sick, they should stay home. But in 2018, Ford government revoked paid sick days in Ontario, forcing low-wage workers and essential workers to choose between health and income. Do you think now province should restore paid sick days?
Yeah, not only should we restore the 2 paid sick days the Ford government took away, I believe we should have 10 paid sick days in Ontario. People, even in the best of times when they're sick, should stay home because we don't want them spreading the cold or flu or other illnesses in the workplace. But during a pandemic like this, it is an absolute imperative that people be able to stay home when they're sick. And far too many workers have just this impossible choice to make. Do I go to work and put food on the table and pay the rent or the mortgage, or do I stay home? And workers should not have to make that choice. So we need a legislative program for 10 paid sick days, and we need a funding program from the provincial government to help small businesses be able to afford to pay for the sick days.
Ontario NTP calling on Premier Ford to stop undermining and ignoring public health experts, including all those who recommend paid sick days, more staff in long-term care, and smaller class sizes in school. So do you support NDP in that?
Well, you know what? I support working across party lines with any political party that's going to advance policies that, make the lives of Ontarians better. And especially during this pandemic to address the public health crisis we're facing. And so I have written to both the Liberals and the NDP saying, hey, let's all work together, especially on passing legislation for paid sick days. There is an NDP member who has a private member's bill already on the order paper. And I've said, hey, I would support a unanimous consent motion to bring this private member's bill to a debate and a vote in the legislature and to support it. We absolutely need to make sure that we have a plan for safe schools that would include lower class sizes, which is what we've been calling for, that would include better ventilation, a rollout of asymptomatic and rapid testing in our schools. And we just need to ensure that our schools have the resources they need to make sure that we hire enough staff, have small enough class sizes so students are able to properly physical distance, because we want our students back in school. We know that it's important for their learning and their mental health, but we have to make sure we do it in a way that's safe.
But if you look back at this 1 year of pandemic, whatever steps have been taken by the Ford government, do you think Ford government needs to reevaluate its pandemic response?
Well, I definitely think the Ford government needs to reevaluate its phase 2 plan. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's ever really brought out a phase 2 plan. I think the government did an okay job during the first wave of COVID. We locked the province down. The premier came out with very clear messaging, was empathetic, but that started to break down over the summer when the premier chose to travel around the province campaigning rather than putting forward a wave 2 plan. So we're now paying the consequences of that lack of planning. So absolutely the government needs to reevaluate. I would encourage the government to work with all the opposition parties. Let's sit down with the Greens, the Liberals, the NDP, and the Conservatives, and let's come up with some key priority areas. First of all, making sure our long-term care homes are safe and protected, have the supports and staff needed, that we can reopen our schools safely by making the proper investments, and that we bring forward a safe workplace plan that would include things like paid sick days and rapid testing. Because the bottom line is the only way we're going to be able to reopen our economy and our communities is to get in front of this virus, reduce the spread of COVID, make sure our healthcare system is not overwhelmed. That's the best thing we can do in terms of long-term prosperity and jobs.
Well, Mr. Schreiner, thank you so much for taking out your time and talking to us.
My pleasure. Happy to join PTC anytime.
Thank you.
ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਲਈ ਬਸ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਓ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੱਖੋ ਆਪਣਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਤੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੀਆਂ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਲਈ ਬਣੇ ਰਹੋ PTC ਦੇ ਨਾਲ।